Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Estabrook. This is Inside the Industry. Thank you for tuning in. Today I have a special guest. My boyfriend's coming on, and we're going to talk about work-life balance and relationship balance. So stay tuned. Hi, baby.
Hi, sweetie.
I'm already going to totally choke up on this. Welcome to the podcast, babe. Welcome to the pod. Thanks for coming home, because this is where you live.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to go far.
I had it in my own.
Booking you was really hard, though. You're like super exclusive.
Super
I couldn't
busy.
get you into like episode. What is this?
You don't see me every night.
No. You hide away. You do what you do. No, for real. I'm excited you're on. I wanted to have you on specifically because, well, we're actually going to have a lot of couples coming on later in, I'm going to call it a season, as much as it is or is not a season, but I'm going to be bougie and call it a season. Later in the season, we're going to have different couples on.
Me? For me?
No, this isn't for you.
Like seasons for just couples or just for you and I?
No, like this podcast is a season.
Oh, I thought this was like a report card. Like
no.
We're reporting.
No. Idiot. No, meaning like we're going to have other people on, but I wanted to talk to you specifically about you and I and us dating and me being in this industry and then you being in the world that you're in, which for people that don't know you personally, you are tell us, because I'm going to choke it up.
I'm not going to choke it up. You know what I do.
You're an IT engineer, but I don't know
what you know what I do.
Tell me more. Tell us more.
Nah, I'm for people that don't know, or if Rachel has told you and she has choked up, I'm what you call a systems engineer / systems administrator.
Ooh.
This is when you press like the clap.
Yeah. Oh my God, very talented, very successful. Ooh,
no,
we make money. Wow, are you rich?
No,
do you have a girlfriend?
I do actually.
Oh.
No, I'm a systems engineer / administrator. I manage.
Which is actually kind of creative. I don't want to cut you off, but that is a creative realm.
Yes, it can be.
It can be.
The creative part was when the company was started, but I wasn't there when it started. So
okay.
If you're like at a company and you're starting it, then yes, then the design and creative part is in the beginning. But if you're someone like me, based on the company that I've started with now, you kind of go in and it's already created and you just make it yours. So I guess a little bit at some point it's a little bit creative, but even now I'm by myself now there. I used to have a team of 3 people and now it's just me. So, and then I'm making changes, throwing stuff out, getting new things, getting new hardware, getting new tech.
Please stop us. It's very all exciting. It's really
Stay
exciting.
up to date.
Give us the office talk. Yeah. They don't know, but they're gonna know.
So hard.
But I think it's crazy because we live in such opposite worlds, and you and I have been dating for how long? I also can't fail to mention that we are for like hard twinning, and we didn't even plan this.
No, I didn't even plan this either. And I hard twinned at work today too.
I know, they literally had the same. I mean, but orange is everything, and the aesthetic is. I can't stand it. I'm really into it. Thanks for like showing up like that. But how long have we been dating? What is it? A year and I would call it like a year and a half.
Is that my camera?
Maybe 2. Sure, that's your
Right,
your
cool,
POV. Yeah, give it all you got. Looking at you. But how long, babe?
Like officially?
Sure, officially.
Well, yeah, you said dating, so it's been like a year and
like some change. But you and I,
wow.
We don't need exact.
I don't even remember the month. It's like a year and a couple months.
You don't know our anniversary? What?
I do know, but I'm trying to count. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a year and 2 or 3 months.
You're floundering. Yeah, no. Whatever, I guess the changes. But when we started dating, I was on tour with Lion King. Or was it even before that?
Nah, it was before that.
It had to be before that. And I think
you were home because you kept dubbing me.
I know, true. I didn't really mess with him at the beginning. He had to knock on this door a couple times, and I kept slamming it. Like, get away from me. Ew, I don't even like boys. What are you doing here? Yeah, like a lock and a chain. And like, what are those little dolls? Like the little dolls that's in a doll and in a doll and in a doll? What are those
I know
called?
I forgot.
Do you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
though?
it's like the little.
Yeah, it's like
a little
that.
circle thing.
You got to the end of the porcelain doll.
Damn, I really forgot what those are called.
I have no idea what they are. Yeah, it's like a Russian doll type shit. Fayina would know.
That might be it.
But focus up. We're talking about, which I think is important. It's the mending of two worlds, because not everybody. I mean, the last couple we had on was Yvonne and Elijah, but they're both creatives. They're both in the same world, so it's a lot easier for them, I think, to coordinate, do schedules, understand certain hours or what comes with the creativity of their job and the energy behind it and all that kind of shit. But you and I are coming from two, I'll just say for the sake of the conversation, opposite sides of the spectrum. So then us dating, making time for each other, seeing each other, like I won't even start with where now that we're living together, because that's a whole other bag in and of itself. But when we started dating, next chapter, next season, baby. But you, I mean, thank God for your consistency. But even when I was dating and talking to other men, other dudes, don't get tight. It's all in the past now. But I'm just making sure. I get nervous. Oh no. But it wasn't as attainable as doing it with you, because you kept up and you were so easy to understand my schedule, to be down. Shut up, bro. This isn't like Tyrone Clout Hour. Like, yes, you are though. You are phenomenal. But you didn't. I don't know. We basically had a texting relationship, which I think is kind of rare in this day and age, especially for people our age. I think people get bored really quick. You're not even seeing me, so even just like the excitement or the commitment is not even there.
I would beg to differ. There's probably a lot of people having text message relationships right now.
Oh, you're right. I guess I didn't really think about it.
Especially when they start. But, I mean, I think it turns
into... True, and maybe it is more just like...
I think it turns into something... I think it's probably a bad thing for it to start that way, because it'll easily turn into lust and it'll stay there, I think, when it's just text messaging. But it depends on the people.
Because there's no, like, for me, and that's just my personal opinion, I don't think there's any real connection until you start physically being with that person, being around their energy, going out on dates with them, experiencing things together. Yeah. So we didn't have that. We had almost what feels like, in my mind, yes, beginning stages of like a good almost year of dubbing you, which is like so messed up on my part, like my bad. I will repent those sins later.
I mean, but it's not your fault. You just weren't ready.
No, I just wasn't ready. Period. No, there's nothing crazy bad about that.
I didn't take you not accepting me as a man in this world.
Okay, all right now.
As you like dubbing me like, oh, I was like.
But at any point in time, that's I guess the point.
And you always told me how you weren't ready. It wasn't like.
Yeah, I was honest with you.
It wasn't like, oh, you don't like me, you don't want me to be around. Like you weren't. That wasn't the case. It was more like, I'm not ready yet.
There was moments where I didn't like you, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we clashed. We clashed. We grew. I grew into a deep love with you. You weren't an immediate. And I'm shut the fuck up.
Next series.
Stop.
Pod like 35.
She's like, you're getting way too deep too fast, Rachel. Shut up. No, but I'm serious. That's just real. Like, I think it took time to grow, but that's on more personal shit level. But I think what I'm getting at is the level of commitment. Because people always say, there's like that stigma, you know, when people say, like, don't date an actor, like, never date an actor. And I've heard people even say that about creatives or people in my industry, because we're so busy, you're never going to see us, our hours are insane, so getting a hold of us is difficult, we travel a lot, so we're around. Did you know at the beginning when you were dating me, because you were already kind of in the shits with me at that rate, did you ever really assess that and go, am I okay with signing up with this, or did it matter to you?
No.
That you were kind of signing up for that lifestyle?
It didn't really matter. I wasn't really paying attention that much to the schedule, because I'm a night owl, so like even when we were talking, like you were moving around, but you were up at the same times that I was up, and you were going to sleep the same times I was going to sleep.
Fair enough.
You just weren't physically home.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I was going to sleep and you were going to work type thing.
No.
So to me, it wasn't that bad.
At that time, though, it was still convenient because you were still doing your thing, I was doing my thing.
Yeah, but it's never gonna be a thing where I'm sleeping and you're still working. Like I'm always up. I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning, just doing whatever. You're probably most likely home by then, and if you're not. If you're not home, you're probably sleeping in another country somewhere or another state.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no.
So,
but I do think, I guess
still able to have that conversation regardless. We were always able to have like relation and
Yeah.
talk and build no matter what time of the day it was. So
Yeah.
it wasn't
Growing to FaceTiming each other because I
Yeah.
only used to text you forever long, and I was like, I guess I'll look at him. And that was when it got a little bit deeper. I was like, oh, hey, like, check it out.
Yeah.
We're here. And I would get you a little bit more involved. It definitely grew, but I remember, I mean, our relationship, for those who don't know us personally, we had a pretty fast forward relationship. We dated, and then once we became official, I was living in Brooklyn at the time with my roommate, and then you were living at home with moms and your sister, and I was like, I'll move in. I'll do that. I'll come move in with you.
I pitched it first.
You did.
We had Axe first.
Because we were like,
My
our
mother-
hours and schedules were nuts.
My mother actually pitched that first, and I told you that before. My
Thank
mom
you,
was
Mom.
like, she came up to me and she's like, because she saw me leaving the house at
crazy
2
hours.
or 3 o'clock in the morning to
Yeah.
go see yo ass. And she's just like,
But I was working theater at the time, for people not knowing. But I was on a full theater schedule at the time. I was on Once on This Island when we first started. Really in the shits, like every day, and we were on
like,
in
I
our
was coming
daily
over your house,
routine.
was packing bags.
Packing
like,
bags was a back and forth. Like
Yeah.
most couples, like you get to that stage, and literally half of New York when you're dating, you end up moving in with your spouse anyways because it's like, or partner, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, that it's convenient.
Yeah.
And you save money, you save space. You're seeing
Well,
that
yeah,
person
that was the other
anytime.
thing. My mom is a like super.
Yeah, it came out of
frugal
convenience.
cheatser, so
But it was interesting still being in that early stages of our relationship. So we kind of worked off of convenience, did that, but our schedules are still shit. I felt more of like, not that I didn't feel like your girlfriend, but I felt like a roommate at that point, like fully when I was living with you and your mom, because our hours, you're a 9-to-5er. You're getting up, you kiss me in the morning goodbye, I see you off. I'm off because I was working on theater, and we all know that schedule. Where
I wish I was a 9-to-5er.
You pretty much are.
Yeah.
Why do you not think so?
Because I definitely work past 5 o'clock.
Okay, well, you know you were, okay. Get his coin,
I
get
work
his
from
hours
fucking
in.
9 till whatever the hell I gotta stay there. So.
No, I know. I just mean in
Nah, I know what you mean.
stereotypical
I know,
terms.
I'm just playing.
You're a 9-to-5 guy, but
Yeah.
you and I would pretty much like, it would be like passing ships, which I think was insane. So even
Was
though,
it?
yes, because I would go, by the time you're heading home to work, my ass would be going too. So it's not like we ever chilled during the day often, on a regular. There were days where you worked home, there were days where, and like weekends, but you had your full days on weekends off.
You talking about here, or you talking about when we were at?
Yeah, at your mom's, like when I was full-blown theater, because right now I'm not as much theater. I'm on kind of like TV and freelance.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a little bit more of like an open schedule. I'm now my own. I don't have to be at a job every single day.
Well, no, it was like I would come home and then you were leaving.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even see you half the time, because by the time I need to get to the
Yeah, 'cause
theater,
you were leaving. Yeah, I remember.
which is
that.
so insane. So that's why I envy. I mean, everyone's different. I don't necessarily envy anybody else's
Sometimes I
relationship,
would
but
catch you at home or catch you leaving.
yeah.
But
Which
I would
was.
at least see you in the morning.
Well, that's the thing though. Nights and good mornings. Like we literally just woke up with each other and went to bed. That's it. We didn't really have that much time to kind of do all of that. Was there ever any a moment where you were like, F this
No,
in your stupid theater schedule?
It didn't really bother me, no.
That's a. You're a liar. He's a fucking liar.
Cause I know, like, cause even like if I wanted to see you, like, I could just go to this, like, cause my hours were so free, I could just go there.
I feel like we had more disrupt than that though. I think we had more. It like got to a point
No,
where I
the
felt
schedule-
like we
the
weren't
schedule-
seeing each
the
other that
schedule
much.
The schedule never bothered me.
That's
I was
fair.
more
Yeah,
so,
you were, but that's I guess my bigger even point is like you're the type of dude, and I've only dated one other person seriously, but even obtaining other dating people, it was always hit and miss. I never could collaborate. I could never meet up. I could never really fully commit to dating because I was always so busy. I always couldn't make time. It seemed like, and
That
then
was before we
people
were
would just be
dating.
like, "Oh goodness, like this is a mess."
Yeah.
But you were like, "Okay, I'm in it for the long haul, I guess."
You know, the schedule never really got to me. It was more so like I wanted
Yeah.
you to, I wanted to make sure that you were, being treated as such, and I didn't want you to think like I wouldn't take you out or do the things you wanted me to do for you,
Yeah.
like, as a typical relationship would do, like us going out and doing
Yeah.
stuff and experiencing other things. That was the only thing, and we had spoke about that a couple of times. That was the only thing that I was worried about, and making sure that
We still
you were
created
happy, or that we
time.
still had created the time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Whether
Which
it be
wa-
on the weekends
Right.
or during the week
Right.
or whenever, even just once, twice, it didn't matter as long as we were still doing it. And
Yeah, that's like you actually did say that to me. I remember a lot earlier on in dating. What did you always say? Even when we were just texting, you would be like, "We'll make it happen. We'll make it work." Always, almost all the time.
Yeah.
that would be your reply. And I was really impressed by that because I was like, oh shit, okay. Which made me in return want to make more time and do that, because I think, and when I had Kyle on, she was talking to us a lot about work-life balance and making it home in time for kids, and to do stuff with Jason, her husband, and then also work and her travel time and all this. So just the balance between that, it's a real effort. And being so young and us being in a young relationship, usually it's like, I don't know, you don't have to think or plan as much, but I feel like being in this industry and with my schedule, it's hard to not avidly plan, even though now that I live with you, it's easier to fall back and be like, I'm gonna see him. But the making the time was decently hard, but we made it work, which was really cool.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Now, I remember I posed a question to you, which I think most couples, the biggest thing, because I've talked to many models on set, or actresses and actors, et cetera, and they've been like, oh, I got my dream gig, but they're going to China, or they have to go live in this place, or the film is shooting for 8 months or 6 months or 5 months over here, and they have to leave their person for that long. Yeah. And I remember I was on tour for Lion King, and there was a possibility that I was going to gain full time or do something at that rate or whatever, and I proposed it to you.
You talking about the China gig or something else?
Not China. That was way back. We weren't even official yet. That wasn't even like a factor, I don't think. But this was recent for the
felt like it was to me.
He's like, you were gonna go to China without me. Yeah. Dang. No, I was no. But that time I had asked you, and you gave me a very serious answer, which I respected. In my fairy tale brain, per usual, me basing things off emotions, I wanted the response of course, go, leave. But you gave me like the realistic, logistical answer, which was, I'm never going to tell you no. I'm never going to say, don't follow your dreams, don't take the job, don't do the gig. But I'm going to be real. We had just committed to being in the
timing.
shits.
It's timing.
And it was like, okay, I'm going to be real though. Like, if you leave right now for 6 months and we go back to like, I just got to being to chill with you and see you daily and like, make the effort and do things, it probably wouldn't have been as smooth. And I don't know if we would be where we are today if earlier on in the relationship. I mean, that's a testament, I think, if it's meant to be technically, like it won't matter distance or time or etc. But I think when you really are in the shits in a relationship and you break down the honeymoon and you break down all the crazy emotions to it, the logistics of maintaining and being there and getting all that kind of fuel, and depending on your person's love language, which we've talked about, which both of ours is spending time, I think. Like giving in effort and spending time. It's not necessarily gifts. I like to do things with you. I like knowing that we're spending time together. So if we had it apart, it would be hard to kind of like feel that connection and be able to build to where we wanted to build to. Right. So I respected that. But do you think now, like, knowing where we're at, and for other couples I'm sure that have either been in it, even though we haven't been in it in that long, it's a very real thing that would come up in my industry that I'll be taken away for X amount of months or whatever. What do you feel about it?
I think now, again, it would be different. And like I said before, it's all about timing. And even still, the statement stands. I'm never going to sit here and tell you.
Well, no, duh.
No, you can't go do that.
Because if he did.
Like, who's freaking.
If he did.
I mean, I'm not going to say who's doing that because I'm sure there's idiots out there doing that. But
no.
I'm just saying, like, there would be. It's just, the same thing stands. I don't think it would. It might be better than it. Like, if that were to happen, it might be better off now versus than it was earlier in the relationship.
Well, now we have a better foundation.
Right.
So there's more I can go and know like where we're at when I come back.
I think it would be much more better, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that.
Much more better.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Much more better.
That came from like back here. I don't know where. I think it would be. I'm like jumbling right now.
No, you got it.
I think it would be an experience for us to have, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like, oh, if you told
me, it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not gonna like. No. It would be so easy. Like if you did it, I'm still gonna be like, damn, it's gonna be like 4, 5 months of this, like this
without somebody, without seeing them, without that.
But even now, like I can say, like I'll go for a weekend or whatever. So it's different. I don't know. I look at it like before when we were first starting. Like I wasn't out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there. Like I wasn't like I wasn't in it that much. But now that we're in it, like if you go to whatever country and then you're there for 3 or 4 or whatever months, like I'm going.
You gonna get on a plane for little old me?
Yeah, like you're gonna fly me out. I'm going.
Oh, so like no, I didn't say that. Hold on a minute.
Nah, I'm going out there, like, and I'm going to go chill and if it's for a weekend, whatever it is, what it is.
It's very good. That's very supportive of you.
You're not taking my kids out there, but
What?
Yeah, kids got to home.
What?
All right, we're not talking about kids. No.
I'm not even pregnant.
No,
like, this isn't even an issue.
talking
That's
about that.
season like 56.
Yeah, no, we just spilled the beans on the seasons.
Oh my God. Duh. We are not there yet. And yes, they're coming with me on the backpack.
Cut.
We will discuss that later. No, but you've come a long way. And I think that will also maybe adjust in your future, like the way you think things. But I'm putting like my witchery on you. No, but you've adjusted like a lot to it. More than I thought that maybe you would with the type of dude that you particularly are, who's very routine and you have your things and whatnot. So you're very surprising.
Very traditional when it comes to
very
stuff.
traditional. But you go with the flow and you're making it work.
Yeah.
What do you think is a perk of dating a makeup artist? What would be like a perk to you? Don't look at me like that. Nothing like of Rachel, just meaning like the job or things that come along with it or like whatever else. Like, let's be real. There are obviously, it's the same way for me. I could rattle off the perks of dating an IT engineer. He knows how to fix things. He literally knows my phone technology when it's messed up. He works the Wi-Fi. You install all these things in my house. You're very handy.
It's different for on your end because
why is it scarce?
No, like
scarce?
The stuff that you do wasn't stuff that I.
You can't find a perk?
No, I can. I'm just saying like this. It's not going to be as many things as what you're saying.
Oh, so I'm lesser than.
Oh my God, no! Because
tell me a perk.
Like when we get to go out and like we can go out and go to like ball thingy, what are they called again? The opening nights.
Oh, I'm
stuff
dead.
like that.
We should talk about that because that is actually hilarious. That you
do,
still don't even know the name for it.
We could do cool stuff like that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Celebrities, like I don't get starstruck about stuff, but I mean.
You get a little excited
some
though.
of them are,
on people that you like, that you're like, oh, I like
cool.
that person. That's so cool. You did their makeup or yada yada.
And then seeing your stuff on TV is pretty cool.
That's nice. I didn't think you were gonna say that.
On TV or on a commercial, whatever that you're working on, or even just a Broadway show when you were getting me to go on Broadway stuff for.
See, I didn't really bring him here to talk. I just wanted to bring him on to just like, I don't know, like daunt on me and talk about me and like tell me how beautiful I am.
No, you are beautiful.
Okay, well, thanks. No, don't. You just go with the joke. You don't have to get real and like sensitive and nice. Dang. That's very sweet, baby. But no, we did. Remember the first, he had never. The very first Broadway show you ever attended was it Be More Chill? No. What?
Yeah.
No, we went to see Beetlejuice. Did we see Beetlejuice was first, no? What was your first Broadway show?
Be More Chill. And then we saw Beetlejuice after that.
No, you know what? It was King Kong. I knew it wasn't Be More Chill because you came to King Kong and you were like, I've never been to Broadway before. Because that's when I was working at Once on This Island and we got the equity tickets to go see the show.
You're right.
So you had never seen meanwhile, I like I've been doing this shit since
That's
I was 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you asked me about the perks, like I wasn't into like your industry at all. Like like what you were saying before, like my stuff is like a necessity for you to be able to survive in 2019.
Art is a necessity. Makeup is clearly like do or die. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you being able to use your phone, you being able to use the internet, it's very like it's a resource.
It's very important.
You're
important. You are important.
So are you. I'm just saying, like I didn't know. I wasn't into like art that much as you were. I went into art to like an extent, but not that deep as far as you are now. Like I was before doing all this stuff. I was doing photography and all this other stuff.
Yes, which is a huge form of art, though.
But yeah, I didn't take that and go as deep as some photographers do. I didn't do the crazy.
But you were still in the world, so I guess maybe that's even a big part of you as to why you also then kind of jived with my world. It wasn't so like, what the hell is this? Even though there were a lot of new things. I do want to get back to that story because I just think it's hilarious. Because I was doing Be More Chill at the time, and I was full time, so I was like the third chair there, doing hair, makeup, whatever. And you came to opening night.
Yo, your smoke is bomb, by the way, just saying.
Thank you. My eyes are watering, so they're creasing. Thank God they can't see it, but my eyes are like, that's why I keep going like this. Is it okay right here? All right, let's pretend.
Sit right there.
Let's pretend.
You're good.
But I remember texting you. You came to opening night, which was like super fun and exciting. I'm like, okay, you get a ticket for free. You come through, you watch it, whatever. And then I texted you at intermission. And this was my first, I guess, like, original show on Broadway and then doing it. So I was like all hype, and you texted me. Now it's funny. On the day of, I was like, I want to kill you, but it was hilarious. Later.
We'll let the audience decide that. But go ahead, tell the story.
They'll probably be with me, and my audience is probably gonna go with me. But literally, I was like, babe, what do you think? And you were like, it's good. I went to go to McDonald's and I'm grabbing something to eat and then I'm coming back. And I was like,
no, you're not doing that.
No, you're
not doing that.
Don't do this.
No, you're not doing that.
You were like, oh, I stepped out for a second.
It was during intermission.
Yeah,
you can
know.
do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, you just like run down the street and come on back. Like, no, if people in theater, that's why I think it's hilarious.
I've never seen anybody not leave the theater at intermission.
No, they
don't. Go outside, have a smoke,
Some
do something.
Yeah. Some people go and have a smoke. I'm sure. I don't smoke, so I just haven't experienced that.
How's that different from me running to go get food and then coming right back? I was starving.
I know.
I was gonna make it in 2 hours in the show.
I was expecting the response about like, oh my God, your wigs and oh shit, it all looks so good. And you were like, Random McDicks, I'm coming back, babes. Looks good. And I was like, this mother ran out on intermission to come back. And I was like, Jesus H. Christ. But then you got with the shits. And I was like, opening nights are important. They're a big effing deal.
I had a lot of stuff to learn.
Yeah, it was exciting for you to learn.
I didn't know what was important in your field and all that.
No, like what was like, oh, that's a big deal moment. Yeah. That's true. Other than the obvious, because you've known things that are like obviously exciting and big.
There wasn't anything obvious other than you.
Not that in particular, but certain things are successes. You're like.
The only thing that was obvious for me that was like, oh, I need to like really congratulate was you getting like gigs that you told me that you were working on trying to get for several weeks or whatever. You were trying to communicate things, do negotiations and stuff. That was the obvious stuff, but like you getting invited to an opening night.
You don't get invited.
Whatever. We us going to opening
You're
night
drowning.
wasn't big to me because you were working on there. So it was like you had to
I had no choice. Yeah. Miserable. They forced me to wear a cute dress. They forced me really nice free food and drinks.
What else did we?
What a bad gig.
What else was there?
Huh?
It was that, and then what were some other things that I might have.
No, you've been pretty good. There's like lingo.
Well, that stuff with the makeup stuff. Like I don't know anything about makeup. Like I don't know.
No, but I don't expect that of you. I don't expect that.
But you were saying were you joking when you said that? When you were saying, oh, you were expecting me to say, oh, your makeup is so good and stuff like that? Were you being serious?
Oh, about the show?
Yeah.
Of course.
But I don't know. But I don't know anything about makeup. So how would I say that?
Have you never been to like your little like cousins like dance recital to then be like, really good job?
No.
Did you live under a rock?
I've never been to a dance recital in my life.
You're the most antisocial kind of social person I've met. I don't understand that.
No, absolutely not.
That is insane.
I was not into that stuff.
I feel like you really didn't you just haven't dipped into the arts
at all. I literally just said that. I said I did not go as deep as theater stuff. Like I did not go that deep ever.
But ever any performance or anything of a place where you bring flowers to somebody for their performance? Have you ever gotten somebody flowers for something?
No.
Ever?
Not like random flowers, like basic stuff, like get your.
Any congrats? Here are some flowers.
Nope.
That is crazy, but I guess that is etiquette. Do you know that when you watch a show, you have to turn off your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
you?
Obvious. That's like same thing in the movie theater.
But you don't do it in the movies. Do you do it in theater?
You can mute it.
Oh my God. Are you the ones that don't actually shut it off? Like you just like put it on silent? Like
I
it's
mute
like
it. I mute it and put it in my pocket.
No. Is it off?
Why does it have to be off?
I don't know. My etiquette. Literally the only place that I ever completely, utterly turn off my phone and act like it's like the end of the world when the lights are coming down. And I'm like, is in the theater, and I just never wanted to.
Yeah, because you're passionate about theater stuff. I'm not that passionate about theater stuff as you are.
So I have to be respectful. I don't show up to a baseball game. I have no reference
to
like.
You can turn up at a baseball game and play any kind of music you want.
I have no parallel right now. Somebody throw me a fucking bone. Yeah,
no, but I know what you mean. I just from
meaning like even if I didn't have experience, I would step into something being like, oh, first of all, in even your world, no, this isn't done. Because even in your world, I would never like show up on your bike like just like in the shortest of shorts and like all skins out. Like I would look silly. He rides motorcycles.
But that's not but even if you did, that's on you and it would be wrong for you because it's your safety and then you look like the idiot.
Right, but you look like an idiot. It's my same parallel to being like the people in the theater that
but
are,
I
like,
see mad people in the theater with their phone. I see
they're idiots.
I'm not even gonna name drop.
Don't do that.
But I've seen people that I was around at the theaters on their phones during the show.
The thing like cuts and like goes to like
commercial. I'm not even gonna name drop. I don't even know names, but I know who some people were.
And then we're on their phones?
Either their phones were out or it was on. Like,
it doesn't surprise me. Are they gonna jump off the bridge? So you're gonna jump off the bridge?
Well, no, I'm just saying. But for someone that I don't know any better, if I see them doing it, then why do I gotta turn mine off? Like, it's not like I was using it.
Be better. Rise above these.
I know you're supposed to be right above whatever.
In the theater. Dang, I'm trying to think.
You call me a scallywag if you want.
I love when people say scallywag, bro. Dang, that's hilarious. You're actually, you know, when you see the, I don't think you've done it to me. You've done it with me, I guess, in private a little bit. We've never ever promoted it, but you've let me practice on you before for makeup. Light things. I've actually never really needed you yet.
You wrote on my eyes for the podcast thing.
Yeah, for this we tested Inside the Industry on your eyelids. You have really nice eyelids. God bless. But you've been open to even letting me do that. We should do a tutorial where we do a little But you have been the type that you do let me. I mean, I shaved your beard. I trimmed you up. I didn't do you all that well, but
you gave me a little shape up.
Yeah. So you've been a model. You've done that. I like those couples that do that. I think that's really nice and hands-on. Because as far as like what you can do for us,
try to help out when I can, you know.
Yeah, you do. You offer yourself up as a canvas. It's nice. But you also do. You're very good at like.
And I went to the barber 2 weeks later. He's like, "Who the hell did you find?"
I know. So who's been working on you? And you're like, "Oh, my girlfriend. She's very talented." And he was like, "Yeah, give her my card. She needs to learn a thing or two.
She needs some help."
Yeah, we're practicing. It's all a work in progress here. Dang. But no, you've been good. You've been picked me up. I feel like, I mean, you're good at the hours. You be carrying my kit. You be doing shit like that. I remember he actually tried to buy me a makeup bag. Remember you bought me the suitcase because you were really trying hard. My back, I mean, anybody that has it, we have the Zuka backpacks and that should be like, the heavier my kit has gotten, the more it weighs on my back. My lower back and upper back have been out of this world nuts, and you hear me complaining about it like
we're not allowed
daily.
To thrash companies here, right?
Huh?
We're not allowed to thrash companies here, right?
We're not gonna. What company are you gonna thrash?
Well, are we allowed to? I'm not gonna do it.
Why? Which one?
I don't want to do it on your platform.
You're out here trying to drop names, thrash companies. I can't have you. This is X-rated now.
But no, the bag that you had was trash.
Yeah, it was 100%. Yeah. It was trash from I had a Rolly. It's fine. I mean, we love Zuka. It was just I had an old model and I didn't get my new wheels, which I could have. I'm just also lazy. They do insure you, and I could go and trade it in and do things. I just did not. I'd rather be like, okay, get a new bag, which is not very environmentally friendly, but I did do that. But so you attempted to get me a new bag, and it was like literally, I mean, the height of half my body. So I was like, oh, babe. It was a suitcase, which was very smart because there's Burton bags and suitcase-like bags that makeup artists use to store and tote around the city. I was like, thank you so much. I love it. And then I tried to use it, and I was like, oh, no, I can't. Oh, no. It just wasn't.
But you know who?
You tried it. And it was really
Kyle
good.
Helped me
I know Kyle helped you. I know she did. But it was too big. Kyle, how dare you set him up for failure, bro?
Kyle didn't help me do anything.
Kyle didn't help you do anything. Yeah, he has sources, and he'd be asking y'all for things, and I know this. No, it was good. I like all your efforts. I like all your things. Do you have any questions for me?
You don't put me on the spot like that. I don't really.
Yeah, you have any questions?
This is your platform. You asked me the questions.
All right, I can do that too. I'm trying to think of certain questions that I could ask you to like kind of put you on your feet about maybe things you know. But I think it's hard because like I don't even know if I've even had conversations with you about them for you to even have the proper like leg up of knowing if I quizzed you right now on certain lingos or things and all that type shit.
You can try it.
You know what a call sheet is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's that. Isn't that sheet that usually gets emailed for like a TV show or something like that? And then you have times and where you're supposed to be at, you know? You heard? Sorry.
That was really embarrassing for me. No, 100% it is. Okay, good. 1 point tie. Way to go, you. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. What about... what's a prosthetic?
That's not...
Is it?
What do you mean, is it?
What's a prosthetic in my world?
It's just like a prop, like a plastic or something piece that you put on someone's face, like an extra ear.
Okay, good.
Or like a chopped off finger.
Yes, there's all different kinds, right?
Some gory stuff.
Fair enough.
Fake nose.
All right. Do you know
what
kind
face.
of... I'll give it to you. That's very good. More than I thought you would know. Do you know what kind of makeup artist I am?
Specifically,
Yeah.
like beauty.
Yeah. Dang, but like go a little deep. What else do I? I also will give you the point because I'm
Does it
not.
start with an E?
Huh?
Does it start with an E?
No, you're thinking of esthetician, and I'm
No,
not
I'm
an
not.
esthetician. What is starts with
I
an
know what
E?
an esthetician is. Like, come on, don't do that.
What's
Come
an
on.
esthetician?
You know who you're talking to? I know
Tyrone Roberts Jr.
It's a skincare person.
Very good. Allie is a what?
Esthetician.
Way to go, you.
God, I feel like I'm too.
Bonus round.
Yay!
I'm trying to think, bro.
No, where are my
You
stickers,
know
though?
more than I thought.
What?
You know more than I thought you did.
Yeah, bro, I be listening. You heard?
Do you know what an overnight is? Do you know what 10-1 means? Let's go with that.
On the, I actually should know this, and I don't.
What is it? When I'm on set, I'm going to go 10-1.
Bathroom.
Yes. What the fuck? What other makeup artist did you have sex with? Tell me now.
I have walkie-talkie. Like, stop. Come on. I got this. I'm professional.
I'm trying to think. Okay, what is the Lucy?
The Lucy? Mm-hmm. That's the bathroom again, isn't it?
God damn it, but which specific bathroom is it? You're pissing me off right now, and I don't know where you're getting a cheat sheet.
I'm trying to remember. It's the women's bathroom.
Yo, I don't want you on my podcast anymore. What the fuck?
I'm about to ask you mad motorcycle questions.
I don't want.
If you don't get it, we're done.
I want a divorce. No, damn it. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Dang, babe, why do you know all these things, bro? What's last looks?
Like where though?
If somebody calls last looks, who's flying in on set, and what are they doing if somebody calls that?
Wait, like at a show or?
No, on a TV set or a movie set, commercial, any set really.
I should know this because I used to DP. I don't remember what this is. Last look.
Somebody calls last looks. Who's coming in?
Is it a makeup person or is it the makeup artist, right?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Looking at the looks.
Yeah. Yes. Fuck you, babe. God damn it. Yeah. No. When somebody says last looks.
In the word. So
yeah. But we fly in and then we do the little touch ups. It's our last moment to like do powder, make sure they look good and like whatever, and then dip out real quick. Usually it's like unnecessarily short amount of time for them to be like. I love it when people call last looks, and by the time I get to set, they're like, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "I just arrived on spot." I had to walk up like 5 fucking flights to get here. Yeah, no, I'm not done. It's always a hurry up and rush. God damn it. Do you know what? This is my last little, I guess, one for you that I can come up with. Do you know what?
I should get $1 million after this.
I know.
It should have been a deal.
Do you know what? I don't know how to necessarily describe it. I think I'm even gonna fudge up on my own. I think they call it MOS. Or they're like, oh, we're gonna get like 10 minutes of, or 10 seconds of, oh my God, what is it called? Ooh, Rachel.
You can't ask me the question and then you don't even know what it is.
I'll ask you whatever I please. I forget what it is. When they want to record, like, you should actually probably even know this within like your world. You know when they need like the blank space air? So it's like 10 seconds or 15 or 30 seconds of like utter silence. What do they call that?
Like a moment of silence?
Not a moment of... This is not a service. We are not in the army. What is it called? I'm not going to remember at all whatsoever.
Is it like when they're shooting?
Yeah.
When they're shooting? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get the space, I'm blanking hard. This is going to look bad on me, but I have no idea what it is called right now.
I used to call those.
Yes.
I forgot what it's called.
Being like, okay, everybody, we need 10 seconds up. It's almost like I'm trying to get it off my tongue. People watching are going to be like, you dumb bitch, and then tell me what it is in a comment, which is good because I need it. I have no literal idea. Dang. Question for you, on a personal question. Now that you've passed all my tests and quizzes, actually with pretty much flying colors, so don't know what that's about. But you personally, would you ever, because I know I have contemplated it, would you ever do a career change? Like a full flip?
Yeah.
What would you do if you weren't in IT?
It would be hard, but I would do it. I've almost done it a few times.
What would you want to do or be?
My career change would probably...
You don't also, before you go with your logistical, realistic brain, you also don't have to go with the logical answer. If there's anything that you want to be or do, what would that answer be necessarily? Like anything. Think a little bit bigger.
I was answering.
Is that the truth? Is this what you're going to give me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was answering your question.
All right. Go ahead.
My next career thing that I would go to would be, honestly, probably going back to working with my hands full time. Whether it be probably either welding or doing something like outside in the field.
Okay.
It would probably still be like under engineering stuff.
Interesting.
But definitely something like outside.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever? I mean, I love that. I think that's awesome, and I also think you do work with your hands all the time. If anybody's been around this man, especially his mother and sister who know him like the back of their hands, he's never not doing something. You're very much a hard worker. You are very determined. You are super focused when you get a hella tunnel vision. When you want to complete a project, the man barely walks in the door without like immediately doing something. It's insane versus me being like, I need like 5 hours to breathe, and then I'll start a task.
Said, let's start this podcast. Let's go.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, okay, like second, last looks. But they, what's it called? I want to know. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when I can't do podcasts in the evening. I can't do it. Oh, that was my big point. It's mainly because my brain gets so flux. But I wanted to know, because so many of our levels of our relationship, like we had talked about earlier, dating, going through that, and like our crazy work schedule and making it work, which like luckily we both have found a nice partner in each other to do that and move as such, and like swiftly with each accomplishing what we want to do. It's a blessing. And like we've talked about, not everybody has that.
Right.
And it's a really nice thing to breathe and have and feel free in your relationship to do and be supported like that. So I'm very thankful for it. But we've also added in, like, we also know people that work with each other. We've never had to work with each other up until now. And working with each other, meaning like, yeah, you've picked me up from jobs, you're involved. But we've never endeavored in something together as a project full on. And even this is still like my passion project, but you've wholeheartedly jumped onto it, helped me out, really supported me in pushing it and getting it started in a lot of the technical elements that are just not my type of brain. I forget what type of brain I am. It's either like left or right side. Whatever one's the really like crazy creative one, and less like numbers and math and science. Like I don't have that going for me. You have that literally pretty much your whole effing brain. But so you've hopped on and helped edit and get it started, and doing that, do you ever think, do you like that? I guess that's like my answer. Do you like being involved? Do you see any sort of like trepidatious issues with it down the line, like combining so many elements as a couple? Because dating is already, us and learning and growing with each other is already just something we have to do daily, because you and I are very different people. So it's always a constant growth thing, it seems, with us, which is fine and well and good. But now we've added in another extra element to relationship. How do you feel about that? Not to be your therapy, like, comfy couch, but how does it make you feel?
This is a comfy couch.
It is a comfy couch.
No, I feel good. I don't think it's not, I'm here as far as me being able to like do all this stuff, because I've had the experience in doing this stuff before. Yeah. So for me, it's not really much for me to do.
Yeah, you make it seem pretty easy.
It is. It's easy. This stuff is easy for me. I've been doing this stuff for years. So it's not, it's a matter of me being able to just put time away for it, because I'm always want to work on my own stuff.
Right.
So my own thing is just me being able to, we just have to schedule things a certain kind of way, and this way I can just keep the ball rolling. Yeah. But I like it though, because it brings out my creative side too.
It does. It's fun, and I
don't really get to utilize that on a day-to-day or like a weekly basis, so to speak.
And in this specific way. You know what I mean? Like, you're always using a lot of tools and like your brain in a lot of aspects daily at your job, but you not in this specific edit in the specific way that we're lining up, and you're helping sync audio and doing all the things for me and yada yada, and editing the whole video and its grandness. But it is interesting, because I know many couples, like for me, there are certain people, and I've joked about it on this podcast, like with Yvonne and them saying like they work literally in tandem daily. I don't think I could work daily with you. I don't think you could work daily with me either. That's not even me just saying it. I don't think you and I, it would be like if we went to like hand in hand to work, do you think that? I don't think we could do that.
Probably not.
I think we work so differently.
At the moment, probably not.
No. I think our communication skills need to
kick
it up in gear.
Definitely need more communication stuff prior to that. But
yeah, we're very different. And we're both very stubborn.
Every day right now, no. Absolutely not.
No. I like where we're at. I think it's really good. But I think the biggest thing, for working couples, and I always try to take like a bit from somebody or learning or watching, not to emulate or copy what other couples do, because even if you tried, it's not going to happen because you're working with two different individuals.
I don't even see other couple stuff, so I don't.
I do, when just meaning work relationships, like purely on that topic with like couples or people that work with each other. Well, they're going to come on this podcast and we're going to talk about how they make it work too. I just think it's a really cool topic because I am like a nosy bitch. You know that.
Well, so
I like to know how people make it work. Like I like to know the ins and outs, not the deepest. You don't need to tell me all your, and we're not doing that either. I'm not coming here to unload my relationship and our ins and outs, but the dynamic of work and life and career is very interesting to me because especially when you're working with two sound individuals like me, like we've talked about before, a lot of the times there's choice in or I've been told in order to have things be super successful, I have to choose career or relationship, family or work. And to make something be as big as it is, you have to really hyper focus and do one and the rest goes to the wayside. I'm avidly trying to do both, to not let you go to the wayside and not let this be something that
fall into the abyss.
Yeah, or just like make you a priority as much as work is. And usually I'm the type of bitch that's like, work first and foremost, dudes, my relationship, dating, all of that comes second nature. I think I even told you that while we were dating, being like, I like you and all.
You did several times.
Yeah, my bad. I meant it too. I meant it.
Put your foot down.
But it's
put your foot down.
Sometimes it's needed though to then create that hyper focus. And it's not saying like you're not important and I don't want to do this with you or that's not whatever, but it is hard. And I do wonder, even just on like a psychologist point of view, how you're supposed to maintain giving all that energy to build a relationship and then also doing it to build, especially me, I'm on even just like a softer level. Like I'm not even building anything huge. I'm able to do things in small steps with this podcast and just like my freelance and building and networking. But imagine somebody building like a whole huge, how do you do that? Like monumental people. I'm trying to think of like a Anna Wintour or like somebody even like a Jay-Z, like him building his shit. Like I wonder if Beyonce went to the wayside at times. I mean, clearly knowing like some of their like indescribable, you know what I mean? Like, oh, clearly. But like to make his way or like even her, like how do you move like that? Do you have any opinion about it?
I think you can just, the main thing, especially nowadays with a relationship, I think it's, you really have to try to change what it used to be and try to move on to how it should be now, which is where both parties try to grow equally with one another. Not grow together, not equally, but grow together. Equally might be the wrong word, but just growing together, period, is like, I think is the main goal as far as both of you being able to do what each other wants to do.
And supporting that.
Right, exactly.
And whatever that might mean for that person.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Easier said than done, though.
It is.
Because depending on what my path and what my things aspire to be and the things that I need to do to get there might be very different than yours. So I think it's a really cool thing. I do think people have the easier route.
That's when compromise comes in now, is to where you have to be able to grow.
I hate it.
It's a double-edged sword. You got to be able to compromise and grow at the same time.
Yeah, being the stubborn, very independent person that I am, I think that's one of my biggest things. Because a lot of the time I'm like, my way or the highway, or I'll kick things to the curb being like, well, I need to make my shit happen. And if you're not literally just involved in Rachel's world, then what are you doing here?
Yeah, you can't, if you can't compromise, then you're just going to...
I got to learn certain...
Yeah, I feel like someone's not trying to come either to your side of the fence, or they're just not on your side if you can't compromise.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, but I think it's always like you had said, though, never say no to like the big things. But there are things where it's like when you're working, like for me, I mean, my big thing, even I guess my biggest testament, I've never not taken a job or done certain things, like especially a monumental life-changing one, a career developing one. But when you're in the shits and you get a little mundane and you're doing your day-to-day and you're doing your weekly hustle, and you're in the shits, and let's say I've gone a month or maybe 2 weeks, like haven't gone on a date with you, haven't spent any special time with you, haven't done anything, that's when you have to reassess and going back to life and work balance. I mean, Kyle talked about it. It's me kind of putting where my priorities are It's like, yeah, I got to work, I got to pay bills, I got to build my career, I got to do what I need to do. Right. But also you sit up there too, as well as my family and my friends do. So it's like, you got to make that time. And so for me, I've hit a place in life, and I've never had this before because I've never hit a place with being in a relationship that I level with it so much that I do want to put it on such a high priority. So that's why a decent amount of part of it is why I said theater isn't for me right now. It doesn't fit my lifestyle right now. Because again, if I chose to be in that, because due to your work schedule and life as well, I just wouldn't see it. We wouldn't be able to keep up and do certain things. And that doesn't mean my career stops. And again, if I had to take a job or I was like my dream theater job, I'm gonna do it. It's not stopping neither one of us. But I didn't have to take it at that time.
It's just something that you're gonna have to be able to think about prior to you doing it versus you just running in there and gunning it like you normally would.
Yeah, it's almost when you're single, you don't have to think about anybody else but yourself. So when you have other people and factors that
you got some baggage with you now.
Yeah.
You got
some fancy baggage.
You got me on your back and you're on mine. So
I know. But it's a cool, really nice meshed world. I'll be interested to see how other people do it and like what if they have any, like, I think the biggest thing, do you agree, is the communication part, being really open with your partner about it and being really real and blunt and honest about your wants and needs as far as career and desire and outlook on life and where you're headed. I think the hardest thing too is even if it doesn't always fully align, like you said, the compromise comes into play because my vision of certain things might not align with yours, and then they might have to adjust, or then either on your end or my end. I think it is that whole kind of balance game of doing that, because I mean relationships are work.
Yeah, I mean both people have to. Everybody's always growing, and if you're willing to wait for someone, not wait, but
sit in your house and wait. Just wait.
You can't sit there and try to. Like a lot of men kind of think that women try to get like men are their projects, and that's not usually the case. But it's more so you got to be willing to sit there and just say like, or do you want to stick around for this person to grow with, instead of just wait for just that like, don't take it as if you're not the only one as if you're the one that doesn't need growth as well. Like both people need to grow in the same aspect, to where either one person's compromising and waiting for someone to grow, or the other person's doing it vice versa.
Do you mean being in a relationship, or when people are seeking spouses and people when they're dating? And like taking on people and why they mesh with people or don't?
I think like once you're inside of the relationship, I think you're into the point where like when you feel like you're committed, then that's,
you're like, oh, this is my person.
Yeah, like that's when that's when I think you need to start figuring out like,
this is worth my time.
Do you want to grow?
I want to,
yeah, exactly.
Do that. Because there's a whole other aspect when it's like
everyone wants to get into a relationship and then think everything's supposed to be cool and dandy, and it's not. And then
ow.
I mean, it's cool, but there's problems that have to end up being confronted about. They have to be resolved. You got to be able to talk about it. And if you don't, then that's not opening up a foundation for communication. It's not and then no one's figuring out who needs to compromise and who needs to grow, or who's growing. No one's growing together if you don't have that kind of a.
But it is interesting though, because I think we can say that because that kind of aligns with us, and us just knowing like that's how we roll, that we ebb and flow with each other and compromise and go, oh, that's important to you, or schedule, whatnot. But there are many couples out there, especially in this creative world, I actually know specifically, and again, it's whatever works for you. There's a whole gamut of ways that a relationship can evolve and grow and be exactly what you need it to be. There's no full answers or a handbook to like a great relationship. There's foundations, the trust and the, like you said, communication. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But it is interesting because sometimes things that work for others don't some things that work definitely don't work for others. Like for me, I met this designer. She has a house. Okay, I was on set. She literally told me this, and I was dying because I was like, oh, that kind of sounds nice. It's like,
if she hears this video, is she gonna wring your neck?
No, not at all. I can't even remember her name yet, so it wouldn't really. I'm horrible at names. But she had told me, she was like, her and her husband have been together literally like 50 years. Like, it might not be 50 on the nose, but like a lot of effing years. And I was like, damn. She was like, oh yeah. It's pretty easy though, because like he has his house and I have mine. And I was like, I'm sorry? And she was like, I was like, first of all, you got money. But I was like, damn. But she was like, yeah, no. She's like, yeah, like I see him ever so often, and they're married. They're committed.
They
They
have
happen
kids?
to be monogamous. I don't think they have kids. They never had kids with each other.
Interesting.
But they live completely and that's how they get along. That's how they can be their best selves. Because
Sounds
also
like some-
ultimately,
Sounds like some kinky stuff. Is going on.
don't make it sexual. No, but like it's interesting where I'm just like, damn. And to me, it slowly has opened me up to just seeing in all the different walks of life and how people operate in their
I've never
relationships.
heard of that in my life. That's nuts.
But that's why it shocked me a little bit too, because I mean, I'm a very traditional in a sense of like monogamy and marriage and kids and yada yada, and that's what I want. That's fine. But a bunch of people don't, and that's amazing too. Or that just doesn't work for them in their schedule or their lifestyle and all that. But it's pretty impressive that people like that's them being the best selves, and that's how they operate best
that's
together.
Them, yeah, that's them being.
They're like,
able
I
to
see you
compromise,
twice a
yeah.
month, and that's bliss. And I'm like, if that is amazing.
Cool.
That's good for you.
That's crazy.
Which is so interesting and cool. But yeah, so whatever works for you. But I think we can wrap it up unless you have any like piercing, fiery questions for me.
Nah, man, I'm ready to cook some dinner. I'm hungry.
Yo,
Oh my God, I almost dropped the
you're
whole
never allowed back.
table.
Don't ever sit in our
Yo,
living
you
room
know what
again.
you know what I don't like about you right now, though?
Oh no.
You didn't light this candle for me.
Oh, I didn't let
You
any
lit this
ambiance.
mother-loving candle for everybody else except me. It's cool.
Do you know why though?
Why?
Look at the bottom.
It's dead?
Pretty much dead. So she's purely aesthetic. Because I like her and she's orange and she creates ambiance within my outfit and yours currently right now.
Orange zest.
I actually, fun fact about this candle, I got gifted it by an opera singer that I was working with at Juilliard. And minutes before she gave this to me, people can't see it, it says orange zest. I was going off about how much I hate the smell of orange and I hate orange stuff and orange. Like literally how did it even happen? I was just shitting on oranges and she was like, well, I got you this.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that.
Handed me that and I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. Orange, I love it. Thank you so much. Whoa. Yeah, no, that was a shit show on me. That was one of a very embarrassing foot and mouth moment for me. But damn, baby, I really appreciate you sitting with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for sitting. Thanks for talking.
Glad I can be on the pod.
Yeah. We're gonna get you started. We'll probably have you back when we maybe dive into deeper conversations or go about it. And this was a very loose and open one, but I did want to have him come on mainly because I want to just start conversations. I want to really get a lot of feedback on this one with you guys and anybody that's listening and or watching, because I think it's a
Plot twist, this is going to be podcast number 1.
no, shut up. Like, oh yeah, to relationships in the industry. No, I love that.
The re-up.
I really do. I love love stories. I like finding out how people are dating, why they date, how they fell in love, even if a break. Like, I love talking about humans and connection and how people make things work and their dynamics, and it's always fascinating to me.
We didn't tell a story, though.
What do you mean?
We didn't tell our love story just now.
Oh my God, do you want to? That's super romantic of you.
No, we didn't say it.
Yeah, I would love you to go ahead and do that. There's no rules on this. I don't need to wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up.
Nope, tell it.
Nah, you wrapped it up.
Tell it like it is.
Hey!
Audio's still rolling. The camera's still hot. Go.
No, we didn't say like how we met. That
I know.
wasn't-
I'm giving the mic to you. Go
All right,
ahead.
fine.
How did you meet me?
We met on, not doing names.
What? Oh yeah, no, don't do names. That's stupid.
We met on set. Actually, believe it or not,
Yeah, we did.
even we started this discussion with you saying that we're two different worlds, but
We were on the same. I'm an idiot. What an asshole.
Well, I was doing what I would normally do, which is where I was still working IT, and then I was doing my other side of my life, which was
Yeah.
photography stuff, and I was DP on this small little short film set that wasn't nothing.
And I was living in Connecticut at the time, and I commuted in for this like indie gig, like not paid at all. But I was like, oh my God, I need experience on set.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we show up to this man's house and do a
weird short film. It was supposed to be a short film series. I was there for 2 days, and then
I wouldn't even come back for day number 2. I was so geeked out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, this is weird. I don't want to do this.
I was there for 2 days, and you came on the third day.
Yeah.
And then I saw you, and I was like,
Stop. Don't do this. Parents are watching. Parents are watching.
she was pretty. It's
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
My hair was so short. I looked like I don't even want to go there.
Did I ask you for your number that day?
You did. I told you I had a boyfriend, which I never had in my entire life.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, well, that's really nice, but I have a boyfriend. Thank you so much.
I did ask for her number.
Lies.
She lied to me and said she had a boyfriend, and then I found her on Facebook, and I stalked her that way through Facebook
Yeah,
Messenger.
nice. You did actually find me on Facebook, and I
And
accepted you.
years ago.
That was 2012. I remember the year because it was either that or 13. No lie.
Yeah, so that was like, what, 6 something?
Do the math, you're better than me. 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
2020, yeah. So we physically met that many years ago. And then how many years did we not see each other till then we reconnected? Had to be
Like,
at least...
like barely talking. It was like, we were like...
Yeah, it was like Facebook like or, like the Instagram. But there was no...
How are you doing? It was like
Barely.
It was like 6 years.
5 or 6 years break because you got in a relationship for how many years?
Yeah, I was in a relationship for 5 years.
And I got into one...
going on the 5th year.
Yeah, I was in one for 2, but broke off towards the end of mid 2, whatever. Yeah, and then when I got single, once I was like confidently single, not like out the gate like I need to get over this because that took me a minute. But when I was confident in it, and you weirdly, you know what's crazy though, and that's why I don't know if it's the universe or not, and that's why it geeks me out. You never showed up on my Facebook. Like, you weren't on my feed. You know when it's like algorithms, like when you're looking at people's stuff, they kind of come up more and whatever. You never came up on my feed. And like randomly one day, I swear, it just came up and it was a motorcycle. So it caught my eye and I was like, whose motorcycle?
I never posted on Facebook like that though. It was
yes, you did.
But it was from Instagram. It wasn't on.
Well, then it shared, whatever it was
sometimes
though. But I was on
and
Facebook.
sometimes it wouldn't.
Yes. And so you happened to share because then I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm going to be a badass bitch. I'm going to ride on his motorcycle.
Facebook Messenger was to message you. Like back then, I was on Facebook Messenger so I could message you. Deadass.
What?
I was on Facebook to message you. Deadass.
That's it?
That's it. I wasn't using Facebook. It was literally linked to my Instagram.
Are you telling me something that I don't know? Did you like really keep up with me in your head?
What do you mean?
Since the day you met me, was I always a thought? No fucking way. Don't even lie to me. No way. You were like in love with No.
Yeah. 100%.
That's crazy. I'm an asshole.
You're an asshole for that.
I didn't even think about you.
We're kids.
Yeah, I had no thoughts. When he met me, mind you, I hadn't even been kissed yet. People don't believe that about me. I haven't been kissed. My first kiss was 20 years old. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to think in my head. I'm like, yeah. So I hadn't even been kissed yet. So when you like courted me on set, I was like, oh my gosh, what boys? I still was like, I just
oh my gosh, what boys?
Yeah, no, I wasn't like that. But I was so, I just was like, no, I gotta go home. Bye. This is such a weird set. I'm in the random. I'd never been to that part of New York. We were in Queens, ironically. Now we live in Queens. That's even crazier now thinking about that. Damn, life is full circle. But yeah, no, back to the you posted a picture of your bike. I hit you up, and I said, oh, can I come for a ride? I was like, can I come ride on your bike? And you're like, yeah, literally whenever you want. And I was like, okay, like sick. And then we didn't get together for a while though. It took a minute to even plan the getting on the bike.
Yeah, because you were busy as hell.
Busy all the time, but you kept up with me. And then actually, can I remember that to the day? Because I was actually in Brooklyn at the time, and I was babysitting Blair's cats. And I was in her bedroom, because I'd always go in her bedroom. If she ever watches this, she's going to kill me. I was always in her bedroom, like in her like amazing mirror. So I was staying, but I was watching the cats at that time. No, maybe I wasn't even living there. I can't remember my time, whatever. But I was texting you on Instant Messenger, on the Facebook Messenger. And so you had sent me the picture you took of me on set.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, look what I still have. And I was like, and in a split second, I was like, all right, either this is super romantic or this is insanely creepy. I was like, and you're lucky I went with the romantic because my brain was like, that's cute. But I could have been like, oh my God, he has a fucking photo of me that he's held on. Like, I could have gone so south. But
it wasn't
I
that kind
cute.
of a photo, though. It was a photo.
No, it wasn't a weird. It was me sitting on steps. You took a still of me on set.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I snuck. You make it. All right, stop.
No.
Again, you're not going to do that.
It was so weird.
You making it sound like I snapped a photo with you.
Help me.
You making it sound like I snapped a photo of you and you weren't even looking, like I snuck it in there. Like
No,
you sat on the stoop and you posed for the shot and I took a picture. You were like, for the picture. So don't try to play.
Whatever, bro.
There wasn't no weird creepiness. I'm not.
No, I wasn't making you creepy. I'm just saying, like, you like physically have the photo, do you not?
Yeah, I still have it.
So cute. That's very cute.
It's in my photo archives. I was a photographer. I got photo archives, bro.
Do you have other pictures of other girls?
No.
Good answer. Good fucking answer. No. But and then it all started from there, and it was just a long haul of almost a year, 2 years of just texting, trying to get together, dating, and then I still was dubbing you being a bitch because I still wasn't ready. And then when I finally hit the gate of being ready and we were like, I'm gonna do it, I actually proposed it to you. You picked me up from once on this island in the car, and I was like, I made a decision today. And you were like, what was it? And I was like, I would like to be your girlfriend. And you were like, lit. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to commit.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a little new age of us, me telling you I was ready to commit.
And then that was, and that's how it goes.
And that's how it goes. Yeah. It's been bliss ever since. Psych! It's a lot of work. It's all right. No, we're doing. I am very thankful for the journey.
It's a lot of work. It's fun.
It is fun.
Learning a lot.
I am too. A lot
Constantly.
about myself and about.
Constantly.
Yeah. Holy shit.
If you're not willing to learn.
Yeah.
Relationships are not for you.
Not for you. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, babe.
You can kiss me now. We'll get orange on you. It's fun. I love
Handshake?
you. Oh, good stuff. I'm gonna fuck it up now that it's live.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't do this to me. Love you. All right, well, we're wrapping it up. Thank you for sitting with us. Cut it. Baby, God bless.